Drone Wars! Pew, 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 pew. I feel the need for speed. Pew, 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 pew. Red 5, I'm going in. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, jeez. Oh. Just cue the intro. Hey guys, welcome back to my vlog. So happy to be here again. That kind of sucks as an intro. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So glad to see you all again. Look at the smile on my face. I am so happy. It's probably the most random thing I've ever done in the whole history of my vlog, which is not much actually. So last week's video, I posted some drone footage. It was a little cinematic and I had the car out, and I received quite an overwhelming response to that video. It kind of blew up my channel. Like literally my whole channel blew up. Now, keep in mind guys, I only had, at the time, I had 30 something subscribers, and I think now I have 40 something subscribers. When I say blowing up, it's a relative term. Okay. But anyway, I just want to welcome all the new subscribers to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really makes me happy that there are people out there watching my videos and appreciating what I do. It's just going to make me work that much harder to try to please you all. This roller coaster of a thing called YouTube, I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm going to give it my all. You know, if I can just do like a self review at the moment, I would say my videos kind of suck compared to what I have in my mind of what I want to do. You know, as I get more comfortable and my skills improve and things kind of get going, I think it's only going to get better. So guys, I hope you want to join my roller coaster and see that happen. So this week, I think, you know, continuing on the same vein of the whole drone footage, I think this week, because like, I'm just looking at the weather here, and the weather's kind of crappy this week in Ottawa. Can I actually say the word crappy on YouTube? I don't actually know. I thought this week that, you know, because we can't go outside and do anything with the car, I thought it might be a fun thing to do a little bit of drone review. Do something I like to call Drone Wars. Yes, I'm aware Peter McKinnon has a thing he calls Drone Wars. It's not like that. I happen to have a GoPro Karma drone. I guess that's what they call it. GoPro Karma drone. GoPro Karma drone. Is that what they call it? Is that what they call it? GoPro Karma drone. You know what? I'm just going to call it the GoPro Karma. As you know, if you watched last week's video, I also have a DJI Mavic Air. I've used them both. I definitely have opinions on both, you know, and I want to talk about that. I want to give a review on my thoughts on both of them. And before we get started, I just want to throw out, I'm well aware that people have their favorites and probably strong opinions on both sides. I just want to clarify, this is my opinion only. I'm not saying in a declarative or authoritative means one is better than the other. It's just my opinion, folks. You might agree and you might disagree, or maybe you don't know and you're just wanting some info. Any of the internet trolls that want to get enraged at me, leave any kind of negative comments down below. Please don't. So here it is right here. This is the GoPro Karma. As you can see, it is quite big. They do give you this nice little travel case where everything packs up nicely in there. So what is included is you get the controller, you get the drone itself, and it kind of folds up, kind of like the DJI Mavic Air and the Mavic Pro. It's got a bit of a compaction folding up. Of course, you got the charger and all that stuff. I did buy a couple extra batteries as well. They seem to last about 20-25 minutes. I think with any drone, you know, it doesn't matter who makes it, you're gonna need extra batteries for sure. So anyway, so here it is. And your GoPro just goes right in the end here. Now over on the DJI side, we have this nice little case, right? Here's the actual drone itself inside. It just blows my mind how small this thing is. It's like the size of my hand. And the picture, like you saw the video last week, the video quality coming out of this thing is amazing. Like it's absolutely amazing. I love it. But here it is. I mean, like, look at the size of that, guys. It's tiny, it's small. So there you go. I'll fold it up all nice and neat. Okay, so what are the pros and cons of each? This is what it really boils down to. What do I like about each of them? What do I dislike? So let me just start with this guy. What I really like about this one, obviously, is the size, the form factor of this thing. I mean, it's so small. It comes with this beautiful case. You can literally take that with you anywhere. So then the question is, well, if you already had a drone and you're happy with it, why did you buy the DJI? So the reason why I bought the DJI is, I mean, look at this thing. It's tiny. It's absolutely tiny. And when this first was announced for sale, this was before my trip to Grenada, and I knew, I shouldn't say that, I thought, because I ended up not filming at all, but at the time I thought I was going to do a lot of filming while in Grenada, and I thought, man, like this thing is just perfect. You know, I'll take it to Grenada and it, you know, just fit right in my backpack and whatever, and you know, I'll just take it and film and get all this great footage and make a video. I ended up not doing that just for the same reasons as last week. I just needed, you know, the downtime, so I took the time off. But that being said, I mean, look at this thing. This is the perfect travel companion. You can take this with you everywhere you want to go, literally everywhere. Realistically, you could take the Karma with you as well. It's just, it's a bigger form factor. I mean, look at the size of this thing, right? Compared to the size of this thing. One of them is quite a bit bigger than the other. So, alright, so some of the astute people out there might be saying, well, you know, Shaneo, it's just a travel case with the drone. Like there's, you know, there's a lot of other stuff like extra batteries and the controller and that kind of stuff. And yes, you're absolutely right. The Fly More combo comes with 2 extra batteries. The compartment can actually hold 3. And if you think that you can put 1 more in the drone, you can actually carry 4 batteries with you at once. This all just folds down. Your drone goes in there like that. You zip it up. And I mean, if you look at the size of this compared to this, it's not a whole lot of difference. And you know, if you want to look like a nerd and carry around a fanny pack, you can strap this to your waist if you really want to do that. Now, that being said, there are some positives to the GoPro Karma as well. First and foremost, I just want to point out, it's no secret that GoPro as a company is in financial trouble right now. Rumor is they're looking for a buyer to buy out their company. They had some shortcomings, largely in part due to the Karma drone. It had some problems when they first rolled it out. Literally, they were falling out of the sky. So they recalled them all and they fixed the issue. It was just the battery wasn't quite tight enough, and so they fixed the issue, you know, and I haven't heard any issues of that since. But the thing is, by the time they got back to rolling it out, the industry had moved on and they were just way too far behind. The damage had been done and they couldn't recover from it, and unfortunately they had invested a lot of money. They burned through cash like you wouldn't believe. So as a company, they're suffering. They've announced that they are discontinuing the drone. They're not going to pursue making drones any further, which is kind of sad because I do actually like the Karma. I like it a lot. Thing is, I think there's a great opportunity there. They're blowing out the drones at, I wouldn't say fire sale prices, but they're pretty cheap. For what I picked it up for as a Black Friday deal, that is now the regular price. It's fantastic value. You get the drone, you've got the gimbal, the Steadicam, you've got the Hero, you've got the camera, which you can use separately. I just want to prove a point. This entire video I'm filming on a GoPro Hero. I just wanted to show that you don't need all fancy equipment. You don't need a Canon C200 video camera. You don't need all this expensive stuff. Just a cheap little GoPro camera is really all you need. So one of the other things I really like about the Karma drone compared to the DJI, it's just something about the controls in this thing. It just, the way it flies and the way it, you know, when you change directions or if you speed up or slow down, it's very smooth. It's got a nice buttery smooth flow to it. It's just really nice and really easy to get cinematic footage. DJI, of course, the Mavic Air, you can get great cinematic footage out of the Mavic Air as well. The thing is, I find it's you have to really think about it more. You have to control your shots and you have to be very slick on the controls. You have to make sure that you fly it in such a way to get those kinds of shots. The other thing I like about this better than the DJI, so there are pre-programmed flight modes. So the one that I've tried out that is on both of these drones is called Orbit. So what Orbit is, let's say you have something that you want to film. So what you do is you fly the drone over top, you set that as point A, and then you back up the drone, that is point B. And then what happens is the drone will fly around in an orbit around that center point. What I found with the Karma drone is you go up or down on the altitude, it will actually angle the camera to keep whatever this thing is, it will keep that kind of centered in the frame. So you could go up as high as, like, you know, I don't know, let's say 200 feet for example. If you went up to 200 feet, the camera is still pointed right at your center subject. Mavic Air does the same thing, it goes around in a circle. What I found is that as you adjust the elevation, your camera angle doesn't change. So going back to my example, if you raise the elevation, the camera will not change to look at your subject. It'll still be looking straight out. It's just something you have to be aware of. You have to like adjust the controls as you're doing it. But again, going back to the smoothness, you kind of lose that, and it's at least how I found. And you know, I'm not the best drone flyer just yet, but I found it was obvious. I guess the other thing to be aware of, it's got sensors on the front here, it's got sensors on the back and on the bottom. This guy is smart enough to know and it'll either stop or it'll go around, or you know, it won't crash basically. Whereas this guy has none of that. If there's something in the flight path and you're not paying attention, it's gonna hit it. And I guess kind of the last difference between the two of them. So if you look at the size of these things, I mean, this is obviously bigger than this. What I find is, and it's kind of weird, but I find when you're out in public and you pull out a big drone like this, people are a little kind of leery about what's going on. They almost perceive like there's some shadiness going on. Whereas this one, people, they don't even bat an eye. And it's true, like I've noticed this a few times. This one, people look at it and they think it's a toy, and they're, you know, they kind of like, oh, you're so cute playing with your toy. But little did they know, like, I mean, yeah, good things come in small packages, because the quality of the video on this thing is amazing, as is this. I mean, they're both amazing. Basically, they're not going to call the cops on you. Whereas this one, who knows what's going to happen. I just know people look at it and they've kind of got that furrowed brow look and like, what's going on there? So anyway, so something to be aware of. I guess finally, guys, so this is kind of the $1 million question. The question being, which do I prefer? Which one's better? I think they're both very capable. I think if you only had one of these two drones, you're gonna be happy no matter what. They're both fantastic. They both take great video. They both have, you know, some pros and cons, different. For me, if I had only one or only the other, I'd be happy either way. I'd still be able to go out and get great footage and be happy with it and put together great cinematic videos. But if you were to ask me if I had to choose only one, I think for me, if I had to choose just one, I think this guy's going to be the clear winner. I think this, you know, just the form factor, the portability of the whole thing, it's really awesome, you guys. It is really awesome. You can just take this thing anywhere. Footage is fantastic. Again, I'm coming from the background that I am filming with, you know, good filming equipment and that kind of stuff, so I can have kind of a standalone drone, right? If money were a concern, or if I wasn't into all that stuff, I would be just as happy with this guy as well. So there you go, guys. If you want my opinion would be I would take the Mavic Air over the GoPro Karma for sure. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give me a like. That helps me get exposure, get more people to the channel. I can make better videos. And to the new subscribers, just want to say thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope you find something here that you like, and this will continue. And for sure, guys, leave a comment down below. I love to hear from you guys. I love the feedback, constructive or otherwise. Really helps me to put these videos together and you know, give you what you like to see. Next week we'll be out in the car. I promise. The weather's supposed to be fantastic next weekend. It's supposed to be up to like 20 degrees or something like that. So it's supposed to get up to 20 degrees or something like that. That's 20 degrees Celsius. I'm Canadian, so converting that to my American friends, 20 degrees Celsius is I have absolutely no clue Fahrenheit. But it's warm. It's warm. So it should be a good time to get out and do some filming with the car. Thank goodness, because it's been way too long coming, and I'm excited to get out there and do that. So anyway, so thanks a lot, guys. I'm so happy you stopped by, and I hope you enjoyed. And I'm just gonna roll out with some drone footage that I filmed kind of towards the end of winter. There's lots of water laying around and lots of snow and ice, and it made some really cool footage. So I'm gonna roll that, and I hope you guys like it. Over and out. Peace.